Console Drones Gamer Talk Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You found me.
So how come Brock's blue and you're not?
Why?
Hello listeners, gamers, geeks, grown-ups, and internet. Welcome back to Console Drones Gamer Talk Podcast, bombing video gaming napalm right out of northern Arizona, somewhere-ish in Washington, from the inside of an old Javelin. This is season number 2, episode 118. This is a weekly podcast where we talk about everything and anything, but mainly video games. I'm your host, Chris, and today the full crew is here. And the video to this podcast has took a shit this week, but tune in on YouTube for next week's video podcast. Hopefully it will be working then. Let's start this shit.
It's time for What You Drinking and What Have You Been Playing?
All right, let's start off this week with Miguel. What are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, buddy?
I'm drinking water, and I played Overwatch and Anthem. Fucking stupid. It's fun, but it's stupid. Customization is stupid. Joe thinks it's stupid. And Trials Rising, which... Chris, have you played Trials Rising yet?
No, I saw it on my Xbox. I meant to play it, but I haven't played it yet, so...
It's fun.
Isn't the beta over now?
Yep. Yeah, the game's out.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it came out Tuesday.
Oh.
Do you think it, Miguel, for a handheld situation, do you think that would be kind of neat to play that on a handheld?
No, because I read the review from IGN, and because your bumpers or whatever they are on your handheld Switch don't have pressure-sensitive crap, it's like one of your thumbsticks is your lean, and the other one's like your throttle. So no.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Cool. God. It's a hard no.
No. Just the review I read. But, I mean, I ain't a Switch bitch, so fuck you, John.
Ooh.
All right, so is that it, Miguel?
I think so. I feel like there was something else, but nope.
Okay. All right, let's move on down to John. John, what are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, buddy?
I'm drinking water with emergency in it. The get better when you're sick crap. Mm-hmm. And it's in a Gatorade Cool Blue bottle. Obviously, it's not blue.
No.
So, yeah. I'm trying to get better. I've been feeling sick the last couple days. But I played Anthem, Trials Rising, Overwatch, and I turned on Black Ops 4 to see what the new stuff was and read what it was and turned it off. So I didn't actually play it, but I turned it on. Yeah.
More than I did.
Yeah. That's it.
Right on. We're going to move on down to Joe. Joe, what are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, bud?
I'm drinking Land Shark. Do. Anyway.
Okay.
I had to. I'm sorry. I had to. I've been playing Fallout 4, Anthem, of course, Trials Rising, and I did turn on Black Ops and played a match for Call of Duty just to unlock the new specialist. So
Sweet. Right on, man.
And it's me in a nutshell.
Cool.
What about you, Chris?
Let's see. I am not drinking anything at the moment right now. We kind of just jumped right into this podcast, so I didn't have time to grab me one. It's all good, though. Let's see. On my Xbox, I've just been playing Anthem and playing the shit out of this game. I love it. And then going down to my PlayStation VR, I've been playing some Firewall Zero Hour. There's a new update, some new guns, skins, and a couple other characters in there, so that's pretty cool. And then on my Switch, I played some Paladins, and that is pretty much me this week. I think it's time for the news. Joe, you ready, buddy?
Let's get to it.
Deuce's Weekly News, keeping us informed and up to date in the gaming industry.
All right, first up, we have the departing of Reggie Fils-Aimé. He's retiring in April from Nintendo. So he announced his retirement. He's been with the company for 15 years and 13 in its as the North American president and COO. So his last day will be April 15th. And his replacement will be Doug Bowser. Excuse me. So
That's fitting.
yeah. Wah, wah. Anyway, Nintendo owns a part of my heart forever, Fils-Aimé said to the press release. So thank you, Reggie, for everything that you've done. Yeah. So Godspeed to the rest of you. You know, whatever. Best of luck. Next article. Next. Microsoft is bringing the Game Pass, Ori, and the Blind Forest to the Nintendo Switch. So it will reveal soon the unprecedented partnership with Nintendo. According to Direct Feed Games report, Microsoft is working on making its Xbox Game Pass subscription service available on the Switch. So it will reportedly rely on Microsoft's xCloud game streaming tech to stream Xbox One games to the Switch everywhere through a dedicated Xbox app. So kudos.
On that,
do
we have any idea what games are going to be available?
Yeah,
or is it just going to be all of them?
It says Direct Feed's report also reveals that Microsoft is working on making some of its published games available on the Switch. Ori and the Blind Forest is specifically mentioned for right now. And this isn't the first time a Microsoft published game has made its way onto other platforms, as Minecraft is available. Let's see. VG247 heard similar whispers about this push. Sources suggest that it goes beyond just Ori, as Super Lucky's Tale is also on its way to the Switch. And it says other Microsoft published games are not out of the question, and Cuphead possibly could be on the Switch. So the idea is to make games that can run on the Switch hardware available natively, while relegating the bigger titles to streaming through Xbox Game Pass. So Nintendo was happy to allow third-party publishers to stream their games to Switch, as we've seen before with Capcom's Resident Evil 7 and Assassin's Creed Odyssey before it. Both of these were only available in Japan, but they indicate a shift in Nintendo's attitude. As for Microsoft, the company is clearly very interested in making its games and services available to as many users as possible, regardless of platform. Excuse you.
I didn't know your chair was lined with bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Or plastic wrap.
That's what happens when you buy a $100 chair off of Amazon.
So here we got some rumors. The next-gen Xbox will be called Lockhart and Anaconda, and they both will be revealed at E3 and released 2020. So start saving up. Great.
Time to go to PC.
No. Actually, I might. My uncle's actually sending me a care package with a bunch of PC parts so I can build and upgrade my PC. So I might be joining you guys. Well, I won't be
PC Master Race.
I'll be playing the Old Republic. Chris?
Yeah, I'll be in, buddy.
Okay.
I'll join you.
All right. The report suggests Lockhart will be the entry-level, cheaper version of the console and will have no disc tray. And it's a streaming and download box only. The Anaconda is more powerful, and it has a disc tray.
My Anaconda don't.
I was just thinking, insert Nicki Minaj here.
Both machines boast solid-state drives for faster loading times, and here are the leaked specs. So, I don't know if you heard it first, but hear it first on ConsoleDrones.com. Anyway, the CPU, custom 8 cores for the Lockhart, 16 Zen threads, 2, that's what it says. The GPU is a custom Navi 4 plus teraflops. RAM is 12 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory, and the storage is 1 terabyte. And well, it says 1 gig a second solid state hard drive. So the Anaconda comes with a custom 8 cores, 16 Zen threads 2, custom Navi 12 plus teraflops for the GPU. The RAM is 16 gigs of DDR6, and the storage is also 1 terabyte. So
sorry, Joe. Again, where's this leak from?
This leak is from Joe Video. It's a French site, so I don't know if it holds any credibility. I mean, the only good thing out of France is what? Ubisoft. But, yeah. So these were the leak specs from this French website. It's JEUX Video. So I'm assuming it says Joe Video. Joe. Anyway. It looks like the Lockhart will offer native 1080p gaming, while the Anaconda will offer native 4K with its much more powerful GPU.
Ooh.
Yeah. They say the Lockhart specs seem suspiciously low, but obviously they're all subject to change between now and E3. Apparently, the Anaconda will be similarly priced to the One X at launch, costing around $500.
What's the difference going to be besides more power?
More power. What, between the Lockhart and the Anaconda?
No, the Anaconda and the One X.
Oh, I have no clue. I mean, other than I haven't done the spec comparison between the Anaconda and the One X. So, because as far as I thought the One X was the most powerful console on the market right now.
Well, yeah.
So, according to Joe Video sources, Halo Infinite will be a launch title when the machine's released at the end of 2020. So we'll have all of this year and all of next year to get $500.
The Halo Infinite was this year.
Right, but it will be a launch title.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess not a launch title. Well, it says it will be a launch title, but I'm assuming it comes with the machine. I would hope. It says, though, the game will also be available on the Xbox One family of consoles. With Sony bowing out of E3 this year, it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft does, and Nintendo. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how Sony's going to counteract. We'll see. All right, last article. Overwatch has a new character, Baptiste. He's a medic and he's from Haiti. The end. All right,
John, are you aware of this? I fucking tagged you in something and said tag Nigel. What the hell?
Nigel.
Is that on Facebook?
Yeah, it was like yesterday.
I was asleep for most of yesterday.
I mean, it
sick.
still shows up on your notifications when you're awake.
Yeah, but I don't look at my Facebook that often.
Dick.
Yeah, okay. It's totally out of spite for you.
I thought so. I mean, I tagged you in something, you ignored it.
It's because I didn't look.
Dick.
According to his origin story, Jean-Baptiste Augustin hails from Haiti and was a victim of the Omnic War, which left him orphaned. Aww. He joined forces fighting the Omnics as a medic, and after the war was over, had issue finding work. So he eventually was hired by Talon, but after the group started behaving like a bunch of criminals, he left Talon, thus becoming a wanted man. Apparently, he knows too much and needs to be taken out or brought back into the fold. The Overwatch hero was first teased last week. Blizzard has updated the hero page on the official website, John. And you can try Baptiste out for yourself on a Pitter. Patch notes are available on BG 24/7, or just go to Blizzard and find out.
I will probably be going to the PTR after this.
Go to the Pitter.
After I eat my pancit and lumpia.
And balut, yeah.
No.
Crunch.
Skip the balut part.
Okay. That's it. That's all I'm going to talk about in the news this week.
All right, so we're going to move on down to the dates. Miguel, you ready, buddy?
I'm ready.
Demonic States, keeping us on track with what video games are coming out soon.
227, Deponia Doomsday. Let me move this to my other screen so I can look at the camera. 228, Thimble, Nintendo Switch on Xbox, and Xbox. Ape Out on Switch. Thimble's also on PlayStation 4. Deltarune, on Switch. Awesome P on PlayStation. Moving on to the 3-1. Hey guys, it's going to be March on Friday. Treasure Stack on Switch. Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Grove on Switch and PlayStation. Dead or Alive 6, Xbox and PlayStation. Vertigo Home on PlayStation. Toe Jam Earl Back in the Groove is also on Xbox. Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the 4th, Legacy of the First Blade, Episode 3, PlayStation and Xbox. Black Desert Online on Xbox. Moving on to the 5th, which is Saturday, which stuff usually doesn't... Oh, never mind. That's next Tuesday, right? Yeah. RBI Baseball 2019 on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. The Occupation on PlayStation and Xbox. My Little Writing Champion, Chris, on Switch. Little Switch bitch over there.
Hey, Miguel.
And
I don't know what it is about your setup right now, but you are super whited out.
Oh, well,
you are like Casper the Friendly Ghost over here.
That's why I try to keep Word over here, because I drug Word and it's all white and woo.
Yeah, you're
Well, then it's back over there, and the last one I have is Left Alive on PlayStation on the 5th as well. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Joe, Chris, you fucking assholes, don't say nothing.
You're on a roll.
I didn't want to interrupt.
I was gonna like superimpose a wig, like a Victorian wig on you.
I see you guys over there like making faces and shit.
I was just
you were on a
hoping you
roll.
would
I
get
didn't
a
want to
sunburn,
interrupt.
a screen
I
burn.
waited till there was a pause before I put that information in there.
Hey, Miguel, you're white.
What's up, pasty boy?
Casper. That's funny. All right, so we're going to move on down to the greatest segment of all time. It has the greatest music of all time. It is time for the More You Know with the Joker Drone. John, you ready, buddy?
Yes, sir. I am ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up, come on down. It's time for the More You Know with the Joker Drone.
All right, this week we have the Elite Eight in our death match.
Hey, John, you're really white.
That is, yep, white guy.
It has nothing to do with the screen.
Just thought I'd point it out.
Nothing at all. I am white.
I just wanted to have your back like you had mine. Thank you.
I appreciate that, buddy.
Except I let you know right away though.
You were on a roll. I didn't want to interrupt. It was like, man, this is going great, except there's a ghost.
Ghost.
All right. So this week we're going over the Elite Eight. From last week we had some Facebook matchups. We had Spider-Man versus Sub-Zero, and Spider-Man won out of 125 votes. Spider-Man won 82-43. The other Facebook poll was Master Chief versus Captain America. Out of 118 votes, Master Chief came out on top, 78-40.
There's the luck.
Okay.
Ain't gonna be lucky much longer.
No, he's not. All right. So this week in the Elite Eight, first up, we have Ghost Rider versus Spider-Man.
I'm going Ghost Rider. He's invincible.
Me too.
He's invincible. I mean...
Me too. I'm going Ghost Rider.
Yep.
It's sad to say, I already saw Spider-Man die twice. And I gotta have him die again. Gosh. Died in... Oh, spoiler alert, Chris. Sorry.
It's all right. I'll forget again.
Died in Infinity War. Died in the Spider-Verse. Now he dies in our deathmatch. So
Oh, and
Sorry.
I mean, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is also dead, and so is Andrew Garfield. They're dead. So there you go, Joe. There's 2 more dead Spider-Mans.
I killed a spider this weekend too. So
Spider-Mans.
oh, sorry.
Oh, it was an omen. All right. So, Ghost Rider wins, not taking down Spider-Man. Next up, we have Spawn versus Kratos.
Joe.
Spawn.
I'm going Spawn.
Kratos.
Mm-hmm.
Kratos.
Demigod.
Anytime he's getting his ass beat, he goes Spartan Rage and then just destroys fucking everything. He's a god killer. Yeah, I gotta go Kratos.
Okay.
So, Joe and Chris both said Spawn.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Chris.
Do you want to know why? Do you want to hear my reasoning for Spawn?
Sure.
So,
Stop playing with your Cheetos, Joe.
in the comics, Spawn killed God and the devil from his mother's power. Those are gods. Kratos is a demigod. It's no contest.
Who killed all the fucking Greek gods and the Norse god and every fucking buddy else. He's a demigod, but he killed Zeus.
So did Spawn.
He killed Poseidon. He killed Hades.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just pointing that out.
Okay. Yeah.
You were saying he's a demigod, but that
Understandable.
doesn't change the fact that he murdered everybody.
Okay.
And then he moved on to another culture, and now he's murdering them. And then next he's going to murder the Egyptian gods, and Thor is going to get smashed. Spoiler alert.
Joe, what do you think with Spawn? Like, what else does he have, Joe?
All right. So Spawn, he's basically made of nectoplasm. His suit is a symbiote suit like Venom, but it doesn't have the fire vulnerability. His cloak is like if you were to mix Doctor Strange and Venom. His cloak has a mind of its own. His suit has a mind of its own. His cloak will protect him even if he's unconscious. It will protect him, form a cocoon around him. The only thing that can kill Spawn is a divine weapon. And unfortunately for Kratos,
Like
the only
a
divine
Leviathan X or Blades of Chaos.
that's not divine. The only divine weapon that Kratos had was the Blade of Olympus, and he used it on himself, which nullified the blade and took all the power from the blade because he stabbed himself to, what was it, to kill the hope inside of him or something?
To
If I
release the
remember.
hope.
To release the hope, yeah.
Oh, I was going to
So
say,
he
that
stabbed-
just sounds depressing.
Yeah, he stabbed himself.
Kill all of
and-
my hope.
Yeah, and I guess that took all the power out of the blade, and the blade was useless. So that would have been the only thing that Kratos could have used that was divine to kill Spawn.
But it's still a weapon in his arsenal.
Right, but Spawn is invulnerable. Like, he heals like Deadpool. The only thing that can truly kill Spawn is a divine weapon. And the only thing that Kratos has or would have been the Sword of Olympus.
Well,
Divine.
that sounds similar to antagonist name in the new one. Anyone remember?
Bob.
Bob. I forget his name.
Bob.
But the main antagonist in the new God of
Baltor
War,
or
I mean,
something like that?
Balder.
Balder, yeah.
Balder. He's invulnerable. He doesn't feel pain. Kratos snapped his neck and he came back, but in the end, I mean, he's dead now. So to say that Kratos can't kill something that's not killable, I disagree.
Well, I'm not saying Spawn is not killable. I said the only thing that could kill him was a divine weapon.
Also, Spawn's a master marksman, so has Kratos even seen a gun before? I mean, Spawn has teleportation as well. He could teleport, shoot him in the back of the head. I mean,
There's projectiles, but Kratos refuses to die. How many times has he gone to Hades or to what is Helheim? He always makes it back out. He does not die either. So,
and then another point that I want to throw out there is that Spawn feeds on evil. And when Kratos is in that Spartan rage, can we say that that's evil?
I wouldn't say it was evil based off of.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think because Spawn could possibly target Atreus and take him out to piss off Kratos, because that seems like the only thing that, when he's in his Spartan rage, he's uncontrollable. And I think that possibly could feed off of, or Spawn's suit could feed off of that rage, and that, I don't know, it could be evil. It just could be just rage. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it could be evil in the former God of Wars, but I mean, he only really currently uses through the story portion of it, not like the gameplay mechanics. He is only enraged when something happens to Atreus, and I wouldn't call that evil. He's trying to protect his son, so I don't think Spawn could feed off of that energy.
That's true.
John?
Plus, but he could have fed off of all the evil that Kratos had done in the past. Kind of like all of his sins, he could feed off of that.
All his vengeance.
Yeah. It's that fine line of like, is it really evil or is it vengeance? Is vengeance evil? It's like morality question bullshit. So,
because I mean, to say that he's evil is invalid. I mean, even in the first 3 God of Wars, he cares for Pantera, he cares for his daughter Calliope and his wife. Yeah. So he's not doing it with evil intent. It's vengeance that drives him.
Yes.
And yeah, he's gone to hell, Hades. In every game that is out there, he goes to hell. And he refuses to die and gets back out.
Vengeance is an act of evil, in my opinion.
Well, it all depends on, I said, it comes to that morality question.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, yeah, vengeance, that's the old Kratos. The new Kratos, it's not out of vengeance. He's on a path to complete something, and there's all this stuff that's just in his way that he tries to avoid, and he tries to teach Atreus, we shouldn't do this. There's penalties for killing gods. You can't just do whatever you want. So it's not the same God of War. I don't know how well you got to the second Troll, so you don't have very much background on the story, the new story.
No, I don't.
But it's not the same Kratos. It's not the same vengeful Kratos. He's trying to accomplish a mission that is not based off vengeance, and everything that happens is in defense of himself and of his son.
Yeah. And he even chews out Atreus for some of the decisions that Atreus makes.
Kratos the Christian. Okay. Sorry.
So it's going to end up going to a poll. So
yeah.
Okay.
Facebook poll. All right. So moving to the other side of the bracket, we have Master Chief versus Goku.
Bye, Master Chief. I'm sorry to say this, but he can't be Goku. He can't. I'm sorry. His overshield's just going to get melted off. He's fucked. So, I'm going Goku.
Goku.
Miguel.
John.
You know we both want this to go to a Facebook poll.
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
sick.
Do it.
I don't know. I would almost.
I am very
see
curious.
that Master Chief wouldn't receive more than like 20 votes.
I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You're curious what the people will have to say?
Yeah, I am very curious.
We should have just done the whole bracket Facebook poll and just see who they picked win.
Maybe we will.
Maybe the next time. Maybe that's what we'll do as sidekicks, side chicks.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Fucking hurts my heart to say this, Master Chief, because John wants to see your face.
No, you don't pick who you want to pick.
I never want to pick Master Chief because I don't care for Halo.
Okay, so
Gears is better. Gears is better.
And well, both of the Gears characters who made it into this bracket died in the first round.
I didn't say they were better. I like the story better.
Okay.
So, Facebook poll.
Master Chief.
Should I say Goku now just to troll Miguel? All right, Facebook poll. All right. Just cuz. See what happens.
Yes.
All right. And the last matchup in our Elite Eight is Doctor Strange versus Thor.
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. I mean, he killed Wolverine. He's going to kill Thor the same way. It's over. Doctor Strange.
Thor's an asshole. In mythology, he's an asshole. John,
What?
go for it. What do you vote? Why Doctor Strange?
Okay, so I actually did some research on this, and Doctor Strange has the ability to be possessed by certain beings, and he actually defeated the Ultimate Hulk, which is like the strongest Hulk we have ever seen. We have yet to see it in the cinematic universe. I don't think we ever will. But in the comic books, Doctor Strange easily defeats this Ultimate Hulk by being possessed by one of the Eternals. I don't know. I don't remember what the name was. He's kicked Dormammu's ass so many times. Dormammu is like this super being.
Dormammu.
And he has so much magical powers. And you could see, if you want to use the MCU, you could see how he fucked with Thor.
But Thor has a hammer.
It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. He does anymore. If we're going to talk about the MCU, he's got an axe now. Let me ask you something, you know. But he fucked with Thor so many times when he kept like transporting. Remember when he kept teleporting and he kept like switching rooms, and Thor was like, "Can you stop that?" And he had to put his beard down because he was like so confused. And all Doctor Strange was just flipping through fucking books. He didn't have to wave his hands or do any rope shit shields. He was just doing it. You know, plus he has the eye of what is Agamemnon or whatever it is, the Infinity Stone.
Unless you go Marvel Cinematic
His
Universe,
whole
doesn't anymore.
His whole
That whole shit. That's I did the research and I actually looked it up, and you know they talk about it in the comic books that there's no way. Even Thor is the god of thunder, yes, but you can't fuck with magic. Like Doctor Strange, he can fuck with Thor so many ways, and he can use so many different powers to be possessed by different entities and control time. And I give the advantage to Doctor Strange just because of his mystical powers. Yes, you take the powers away, obviously, Thor wins. But even with Thor's lightning power and his Mjolnir, and there's nothing that he can do that could possibly, Stormbringer, whatever. There's nothing he can do that can match with Doctor Strange.
Does Thor have anything that he can shut down his mystical powers with? Does he have anything to counter that? Not really. No. Okay.
No. So Thor doesn't have anything to counter magic. I mean, Thor can teleport. Probably he can use, well, I don't know, Heimdall gone or whatever his name is. Mm-hmm. You know, he could use the pathway to teleport from different worlds. But
even with Stormbreaker, he can use it without Heimdall being there. So
yeah, mine still stands.
I was actually going to vote Thor on this, but then I looked online, I watched a bunch of videos and did the research about the comics, and I don't think Thor could stand up to a fight with Doctor Strange.
John?
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say Doctor Strange.
All right, me too. It's unanimous.
Wow, cool.
I would like to go back real quick to this Kratos thing. Would you say that Stormbreaker is a divine weapon, Joe? Stormbreaker.
You mean the one that Kratos has?
No, the one that Thor has. Is that a divine weapon?
No.
Okay.
I mean, under like, you know, technical definitions, a divine weapon is created by a divine being.
It's created by the dwarves who make all the weapons for Asgard.
But they're not divine. That's the whole thing.
For the divine, so wouldn't that classify them as divine?
Nope.
Okay, I was just going to point
That's
out
just
that
in my opinion, when you say divine weapon, I mean it's like created by a divine being,
By a god.
not Zeus, because Zeus is not divine by definition. Because Zeus is a son of a Titan, who's then son of Uranus, who's then born from chaos. Now, if it was created by chaos, then chaos, whatever weapon that chaos created, that would be divine.
Uranus.
Do it, do
Right.
man, do the research. Do the genealogy. It's like Zeus was born from Kronos.
I know that genealogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about that guy down there that's over there.
Oh,
Stupid.
John?
Yeah. That's why I was
That's what
rolling my eyes.
I was telling
But no.
John. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was weird because I looked it up and Uranus was
John.
okay, I'll say it, Uranus. Okay, Uranus. Is that better? Or that
No.
Uranus? You know, Uranus.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, Uranus was, I think, the son and the husband of Gaia. So, like, Gaia gave birth to Uranus and then had kids with him, and that created Kronos. And then Kronos and I'm trying to think of what the other.
Anyways, yeah.
Anyways, yeah. It's just it's a sick and twisted. Yeah, he's the son, husband of Gaia, and Gaia is Earth. And at the beginning, there was chaos, night, dark Erebus, and deep Tartarus. So, yeah.
So that's in terms of mythology. In terms of Spawn universe, who creates a divine weapon?
God.
Okay.
That's, I mean, God. That's it. Like the creator.
Coach Ditka.
Ditka. Yeah. Ditka. So, I mean, this is going to be kind of.
I was only asking.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I was only asking because I was just seeing if you define that as a what's the term? Weapon? Divine weapon, because the Leviathan Axe was created by the same dwarves that created Stormbreakers. So I just wanted to get that information.
I just I don't see it as being divine. It would be, like I said, if in the Greek mythology, if Chaos had created a weapon, and the Blades of Chaos weren't created by Chaos.
Yeah.
They were created by Hades. Anyway, but
Ares,
sorry, but they were created in Hades. Sorry, they were created in hell. Anyway, moving on. If Chaos created a weapon, then yes, it could be used. That would be the divine weapon, because I guess in Greek mythology there is nothing above Chaos.
Cool.
All right. Well, that concludes this week's Elite Eight. We have Facebook polls for
we got super nerdy in this one, guys.
We got
Master Chief versus Goku.
That was good.
And Spawn versus Kratos. So next week we will have Ghost Rider versus either Spawn or Kratos, and Doctor Strange versus either Master Chief or Goku.
Which is really sad because the Facebook picks. I would like to see Ghost Rider versus Spawn, because to me that's like the ultimate match for me, because they're both almost identical in powers.
See, I'd like to see Kratos versus Goku.
Okay.
Since your guys' argument this whole time is he's a god.
He's ascended godhood, actually. I read more about it, and he's actually he is above God now.
Mm-hmm.
No one's above Ditka.
Goku is.
I'll be honest though, I'm kind of interested to see Doctor Strange versus Goku.
That would be tricky because Goku has fought magicians before. Majimba, he's fought Janimba, and
it sounds like you're just making up words.
No, I swear.
And Jemima.
I swear. These are actual
Miss Buttersworth.
I know. Sorry. Yeah, Janimba was like a demon, and then what's his name? Was it? I think it was it Majin? the guy that created Majin Buu, the little ugly ass sorcerer. Anyway, yeah, Goku's even fought Deborah, who's the devil, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm going to wait for that fight to come up. I honestly think we should just have a poll for the rest of the tournament, but obviously I'm glad Spider-Man made it this far, but all good things have to come to an end.
That bitch got choked out.
I'm still bitter about Captain Marvel. Facebook, you fucked up with that pick. Sub-Zero should have not beaten Captain Marvel. You'll find out next month when Captain Marvel comes out, and you'll be like, oh, we shouldn't have picked Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Sorry,
all right.
Joe.
And everybody, listeners,
John.
members of Console Drones, keep in mind for what we're going to do. The next bracket is going to be sidekicks versus side chicks. So send in your suggestions.
John,
Otherwise,
you're still really white.
Yes, I am. Otherwise, I'm going to make them all up.
Can we have a stipulation that there can only be like 2 Robin in the tournament? Because technically there's like 8 Robin characters.
Do a side bracket and see which Robin wins. I vote.
We should do that. We should do like a wild card bracket. All the Robins versus each other, and the last one gets into the bracket of side chicks and sidekicks.
I vote Damien. Because Dick Grayson can just be Nightwing on his own little thing and not even be considered Robin.
Well, then we could split it out and do Nightwing, Red Hood, and do it that way. Would Arkham Knight be back? Well, yeah, Arkham Knight. Well,
or Red Hood.
Or Red Hood.
Spoiler alert!
I would probably pick Arkham Knight over Red Hood, but anyway.
Because Red Hood could be anyone. Joker was Red Hood at some point. So,
are we saying Harley Quinn's a side chick? Because
yes,
yeah, okay,
yes.
Okay.
Why would you not?
Unfortunately, Supergirl, Batgirl, yeah,
Batwoman.
There's even a side Wonder Woman. In the comics?
Is there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like a side Wonder Woman. I don't know.
Interesting. That'll be a pretty unique bracket. All right, John, go for it.
All right, that wraps up this week's The More You Know with the Joker Drone.
All right, so we're going to move on down to our What the Fucks for the week. Do we have any What the Fucks this week?
Yeah.
And now it's time for our What the Fucks for the week.
What the fuck? What the fuck, Anthem?
Okay. What about Miguel?
Buggy crashes all the fucking time. No, it crashed on me and Joe multiple times at the very last. We were done with the mission. It was saying complete, and it was like counting down, and it crashed.
Happened to me and Joe too.
Yep.
The customization is shit. Games generally, okay, I had to pay money for customization, but there's stuff you can unlock for your character or pay for with in-game money to customize your fucking javelin. There is like one helmet, one piece of armor per body part. The color customization is where it should be, but you can't customize your javelin for shit. It's stupid.
I think it should be like the beta. When we played the beta
had more customization. Yeah.
Everything was unlocked for the beta, and I think they should have just kept it that way. And because this bullshit market, and to add on, I guess this is going to be like an Anthem what the fuck. To add on to Miguel's what the fuck is the store, and he had brought it up while we were playing. You have one vendor on the corner, and then you go 2 booths down on the other side, and they have the same shit.
Normal vendor and special vendor.
Yeah, but for right now, it's the same shit. Mm-hmm. Same crafting materials, same featured tab, and same, whatever they have for sale. It's bullshit. I don't like it. I think EA was, being too stingy and trying to make more money on this portion of the game.
Well, and that's not even the whole of it. Like the game is done well and it is fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But the side portions of it, the customization, the constant crashing.
Yes.
What did you do? Rush it? Like the game feels polished, but there's these aspects of it that are just fucking broken or stupid, or it's like, why did you release this with no content? The game works great, but all the other shit that I want to be able to mess around with that should be day one stuff is not there. The store, like Joe said, it's the same store depending on which vendor you go to.
Yeah, I think too, this is typical EA, Miguel. We should, I don't know. I mean, I agree.
I don't know, because Battlefield had a market, Battlefront had a market, you know, even though they got shit for the loot boxes, but they still had
customization and
options. Whereas this one, I mean, with Battlefield 5, you have to unlock to get your shit. You have to progress and level up to get your new gun, your new helmet, whatever.
Right.
But in this one, it's like you get slim pickings.
Maybe I should have said post Star Wars EA, because I feel like they've gone downhill after that Star Wars. It just kind of went to shit and just got worse. So maybe that's what's going on. I don't know.
I mean, Battlefield came out last year, so that one it had its content.
Yeah, but it kind of flopped too. That wasn't that great.
But that's
is
not,
EA really to blame, or is it?
I feel like we're talking about content wise, like. They have never been skimpy on content at release as far as customization. So why is there nothing in this game to customize my Javelin?
Because they were adding too much polish, I guess. I don't know, man. I agree, though. I totally agree with your complaints for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, the only thing I got different from everybody else was the fact that I ordered the gold edition, and I got the Legion of Dawn armor. But that's it. I mean,
for
and
$20.
And each character has their own specialized weapon. I did get that. So I did get a badass OP marksman rifle for the Ranger or for the Storm. I'm not using the Interceptor, so I did use the Colossus. The Interceptor is the only one I haven't used, but I did get special weapons.
It's that gold weapon, though, right?
Yeah, but it's only good to level 18.
Yeah, but I got one too. I didn't buy that edition. I got the weapon too. I think it was a pre-order thing.
It's probably what it was. A pre-order bonus.
So, yeah, that's why I didn't go with that Dawn. What is it called? Legion of Dawn edition? Because it was like $20 extra for armor. That was cosmetic. Like, I'm bitching about there not being anything for cosmetic when I could have paid an extra $20 for armor, but I was expecting more.
Yeah.
I agree for sure. They screwed us on that for sure. For day one stuff, at least. You know, and hopefully they fix that down the road. But you got any more what the fucks? Or
yeah, I was just gonna add. No, we'll touch on it in main topic. I guess.
Yeah, we can talk more main topic about Anthem. All right. Any other what the fucks this week? Anybody else?
No, I don't.
No, John.
I'm gonna save my what the fuck for Rando.
John's gonna eat fermented duck eggs.
No, I'm definitely not doing that.
No
embryos.
Ooh, gross.
Nope.
So
that's all I had.
I have a what the fuck. It's kind of funny because, you know, we're affiliates of Loot Crate, and I think it's pretty funny because the other day in the mail I ordered some stuff from the Loot Crate vault, and what the vault is you can order stuff like separate from the Loot Crate actual boxes. You can actually go shopping for cool stuff. And I found some Star Wars stuff, and I'm like, sweet, I'm going to buy this hat. So I got this hat here. It's half Imperial, half Rebel. It looks pretty dope. And then I got some other stuff. I got a Venom t-shirt, a Mega Man helmet, and some other cool shit.
You got a Mega Man helmet?
Yeah, it's a mini one, though. It's like a little figurine about like that big.
I thought you were going to rock it.
Like, I was going to say, he'd be wearing it right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he would.
Absolutely. But I got some cool shit, right? And I got, in the mail, I got my hat and my billfold. I got an Imperial wallet. And my wife goes, hey, Chris, there's another box here. It's probably your shirt and your Mega Man stuff. And I'm like, okay. And I open it up, and it's another hat and another billfold. I'm like, okay. So they doubled up on me on that. And then Jackie's like, oh, we got another box here. And she's like, that one's probably the shirt. And guess what? I got another hat and another billfold. So I'm going to be giving away a hat here and the billfold. I'm going to be giving away one of each. We're going to figure out what the giveaway is going to be for, but stay tuned.
Throw it in with the deathmatch. prize?
I want to make this a separate one. I want to do something separate for this. So we'll keep this separate because John's actually contributing a game. I think that's a good prize for that. So these will be separate prizes for maybe the sidekicks and side chicks bracket. You know,
unless it's like, I don't know, My Little Pony for the Switch.
Yeah, you know.
You should do that. You should just totally do that. Fuck with everybody. You're like, oh, congratulations, you won
My Little Pony for the Switch.
My Little Pony.
Oh, you don't have a Switch?
Send him a voucher for 1 free download for Apex Legends.
Oh, gosh.
No, it should be My Little Riding Champion.
That's what it is.
I'm excited about that, Miguel. Don't get me all fired up, man. But yeah, that was my what the fuck. It's a Loot Crate kind of. They screwed up on their order, but it's actually going to benefit the podcast. So, and they didn't charge me. I checked my stuff. Yeah, thanks, Loot Crate. And that's my what the fucks for the week. So I think we're gonna move on down to our main topics.
Wait.
Oh, do you have one?
Sorry to interrupt. I do have an oops. Thank you, Nick. Nick, if you watched the video, I already said thank you, Nick. So I had said that the Tampa Bay Lightning owner was the one that helped out or bought the AAF. It was not. Correction. Duh. It was the Carolina Hurricanes. My bad. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. If anybody else...
Is that what that text message was about?
Yeah.
No, that's the rando shit.
When Joe says Nick, I just think of Walter from Jeff Dunham.
Oh, yeah, Walter.
Nick.
Yeah, I got a random text from Nick saying, "Damn it, Joe! It wasn't the Lightning owner that paid; it was the Hurricanes owner."
He sent consoledrones@gmail.com an email saying, what did he say? Like, Jesus guys or something like that. And he said, get it right. So I corrected it on the video portion of the podcast. So I'm now correcting myself the following week on the audio.
So disappointed in you, Joe.
Sorry. I'm dumb.
And again, to our listeners,
my opinions are flawed. So
yeah, well, there's that.
And Tom Brady's a goat.
Yep.
Yeah,
that is true.
And again, to our listeners, if anybody wants to oops us, they can totally give us an oops. We're not the smartest dudes in the pack here, except for maybe Miguel's math. But last week he was lacking that, so it's kind of getting rough. So I don't know what's going on. But anybody can oops us. We will correct ourselves. We're not
also
geniuses.
Please oops us.
Yeah.
Also, don't oops me on the dates because I have that disclaimer that I've talked about all the time. Don't oops that. It's not my fault.
That's
you can't oops the news either because that's from BT 24/7. So
yeah,
fair enough.
All right, so we're going to move on down to our main topics for the show. And we're going to be talking about Anthem. I know we kind of jumped into it a little bit with the what the fucks. Anthem's a great game. I enjoy it. I've been having a lot of fun with this game. There are those certain complaints. How are we going to break this one open, dude? Who has the least experience in this game? Let's start off with that. So
that'd be John.
We'll go with John.
I don't know where he's at on the screen, but he's
John without an H.
John, what are your opinions right now? What since you've been playing the least of us? How do you think of this game? What do you think of it, man?
It's fun. I enjoy it. I like roaming around doing the missions in the suit. I just did my first stronghold. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I just did my first stronghold with the big ass spider.
The best part of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. I got destroyed repeatedly. It kept landing on me.
Did you do it solo?
Well, I
played
had
on hard, huh?
3 other people.
Did you do it on normal?
Nope. I was playing on hard. We won.
Yeah, that's why I said you should do strongholds on normal.
No, we won. We ended up beating it. But I like it. I was playing as the super fast one, Interceptor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So much fun until you run into an enemy that will one hit you.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple times. But I'm enjoying it a lot. I will say that the Fort Tarsus, roaming around the Fort Tarsus, going to find all these random people to talk to, it's kind of obnoxious. They're like, oh, you need to go over here, and then you need to go over here, and then you need to go over here and talk to these people. Like, what? Why? I don't want to.
Because it's the RPG aspect of it.
It's the BioWare part of it.
I don't
really care for that.
don't play Mass Effect. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't play Mass Effect. Don't play Dragon Age.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialogue.
Especially
Done
not Andromeda. It
and
looked like shit.
Done.
So
All right.
don't ever have to worry about those games.
Yeah.
Loading screens are stupid.
Yeah.
I have to have a loading screen to wipe my ass.
The time it takes to complete a mission versus the time it takes to load into that mission is stupid.
Yes.
Is excessively long, and then it's like, oh, I'm done with my mission in 5 minutes. I waited a minute and a half for it to fucking load. So
I have not experienced that.
My suggestion for a patch or a fix, you know how if you're in a party and the party leader starts a mission or is in the lobby and he says ready, and then a thing pops up on your screen if you're in Fort Tarsis and it says to start expedition, hold X or whatever. They should do that on the Forge, because after a mission, you can either choose to go to Fort Tarsis, the Forge, or what's the social lobby one?
Launch Bay.
Launch Bay.
Yeah.
Launch Bay. So if I'm going from a mission and I just unlocked a bunch of shit and I say, okay, I want to go equip that on my Javelin. So I select Forge. Okay, cool. They should allow you to go back to that menu to launch the game from the Forge. But if you exit the Forge, you go back to Fort Tarsis, and it's like, and then I had to turn around and then just either hold X to jump into the expedition, or I have to get back in my suit to get back to that menu. What
you should do, there's kind of a workaround for that. So if you go back to Fort Tarsis instead of going to the Forge, then you go to your suit, you can go to the Forge from your suit and then go back from there. So you're not... There's still a loading screen.
You still get a loading screen. But I'm saying after the mission, if I just want to keep rolling, because if you're not in free play, you have to select each mission that you're going to perform. And then if I finish a mission, but I want to stack my missions, say we do one, I get the loot, I go back to the Forge, I equip the loot, then I want to go back and do the next mission instead of going all the way to Fort Tarsis and then have to go all the way back. Because then I have a loading screen from Fort Tarsis to that screen, and then another loading screen when the game is launched. And it's just way too many.
I see what you're saying. You know, you're saying because this game is such a loot-based game, it's better to go in order to go to the Forge and then load your game, because almost every single time that you get back from a mission, you have that loot that's at least a level higher or more to make your guy a little bit more powerful. You're always going to be attaching those new weapons and new powers or whatever you need, and then you're going to be jumping it in. I do see what Miguel's saying, though. If you were just to jump into the menu directly like you were going to load the game and then press Y to go to the Forge, you kind of avoid that situation. Right?
But you still get loading screens.
Right.
I'm just trying to minimize.
Like
there's at least
that
if
order.
we could.
Yeah,
if you could at least minimize one loading screen or remove one loading screen from that whole situation, I would be happier.
Right.
But the fact that I get a loading screen after the match where I select my destination, Fort Tarsis, Forge, or whatever, Launch Bay, I get a loading screen. Okay. So if I select Forge because I want to equip my weapons, one loading screen. I equip my weapons and then I hold B to exit. Another loading screen. I get back to Fort Tarsis. I got to either hold X or I got to get back in my suit. And either way, that's another loading screen just to get into the lobby where it says you have to ready up. And then from that, another loading screen to get into the match or into the map. So I don't know. It's just a gripe.
Yeah, they do give you the option
for the loading screens
to avoid that, though. So
yeah.
You know, from my experiences with this game, I think they have potential here. They have a lot of potential in this game. I like the open world free roam. I think they have something here with free roam.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's something that they could do more with the free roam part of the game, and I think that would make it more exciting. I don't know if they're going to have DLC towards this or whatever, but I'm hoping that they put a little bit more into the free roam, because I really enjoy that part where you can just jump right in and explore and hang out with your friends and stuff, do world events and shit. I think that's cool.
to go along with that free roam portion, like, I wish you didn't have to go to Fort. I understand it's part of the story. You had to go to Fort Tarsis for fucking everything. But
Right.
if you go talk to people and you have like 5 missions on your map, you should be able to go into free roam, go land somewhere and talk to somebody and start your mission, and then get kicked back out into free roam after your mission's over. Instead of Fort Tarsis, go fly in free roam to your next objective for your next mission and do it that way. So it's a little more open world rather than Fort Tarsis mission, Fort Tarsis mission, loading screen, mission. Yeah. I did enjoy the free roam that I was forced to do, because you are forced to do it for a mission when they're trying to get you involved in all the different parts of it. And I enjoyed going around free roam.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You guys have anything else you want to add to this game? I mean, it's a well-polished game. It looks really good. There are complaints. We have those complaints. Just like we talked about in our What the Fucks. I don't know if we want to talk about them again or add on to it, but...
It's just stuff that shouldn't be an issue in a new launched game.
Right.
In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to say, like, when I first turned it on and I first played, I can see why Andromeda sucks so bad, because they stopped Andromeda to do this. The facial animations, the character animations, the face design, how everybody doesn't look the same. Like Owen, he's got like his thing where his lip is kind of off. He talks out of the side of his mouth. You kind of notice those things. One of the vendors is like almost cross-eyed. I don't know if that was a fuck up or if they did that shit on purpose. I did notice that everybody has pearl white teeth. I did notice. So I'm like, But no, the game looks beautiful. Character animations are the way they should be. And if Mass Effect Andromeda had the same team that did this work in Andromeda, we would easily be talking about Andromeda being Game of the Year. Easily. But because of that, in Anthem, it's a beautiful game. I like it better than Destiny. Just because of the open world aspect, the flight, I like all of that stuff. The customization, I know with Destiny you had some customization, but it was more for, your light level, and you had to do some ungodly tasks to unlock the armor or whatever. I'm hoping that Anthem might have PvP. I don't know if they will. It would be nice if it was a nice addition that they say, hey, you know what? We're going to patch. We're going to throw in more shit in the store, and we're going to have PvP. And they fix the whole loading screen issue. But other than that, I think it's a great game. It's fun. It's fun at least until Division 2 comes out.
I was going to say, I still feel like this game is going to have the Destiny effect.
Well, I can see that their platform that's what they wanted to do. Well, they wanted to release this bare bones game and then have all the DLC. Have you beat the game yet?
No.
I did. I beat all the way. I went all the way to the end. And they do leave it open for a sequel or for DLC, so BioWare is probably going to work on that. And I know Mass Effect had a bunch of DLCs, a bunch of different packs that came out, and you could download and play it and advance the story. So I think they're going to do the same thing with Anthem. It's just, I feel we're stuck in like this Netflix age where Netflix is the only place where we can go and binge watch 5 seasons of a show and stay up for, 72 hours or however long we want to stay up and watch a show from beginning to end. And, we want our games that way. We want everything all at once. And I agree with that. If you're going to release a game and I'm going to pay, especially since I paid a special edition price, I want the entire game. I don't want patches and DLCs and all this stuff, even though I get the season pass and get them for free. All that shit should be done and ready to go.
And that's something I suffer from too. Like, how often do I buy a special edition game so I can have all the DLC, and then you have to wait 2 months. I already finished the game. I'm not going back to play the DLC, except for Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like everything else, I have some extended story or DLC that I purchased that I played that game 3 fucking months ago. I haven't touched it in 2.5 months. Why am I going to go back? Except for Witcher. Fuck you, John.
So
I mean, if the story is there, why not? And the DLC comes out, I'll go back and play it. I mean, I haven't played Blood and Wine for The Witcher yet, but because that's so big, it's a whole nother game in itself.
right, I kind of feel like some of the complaints that we have are more of like typical complaints that we have with every game. I mean, Grand Theft Auto was a shit show when it came out. Battlefield 4 was a shit show when it came out. You can fucking say this all day long with most of the games that are released. I'm not talking about day one Witcher.
Red Dead Online.
Red Dead Online is for shit. There was a lot of things that need patches or day one patches that always happen.
Beta.
It's just a typical thing that we're always going to run into, unfortunately. And especially with EA, because EA has a good history of this when they launch their titles. It's a constant issue in like day one. A few months later, we're going to get a patch. We're going to get all those gripes fixed.
Except for football.
That's just my opinion.
But their sports games, they invest everything in their sports games. Yeah, there's a few minor tweaks, like
true.
the latest Madden one where the kickoff one where it's give the other team the score. I remember the glitch. The teleport, yeah, we'd kick off and it would teleport and give the other team the goal instead of you. And I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they really tightened up their Madden games, and there's not like a whole bunch that really fucks up on those. But like when they're coming out with these new titles like Anthem or like a new Battlefield, or most of those titles get pretty fucked up, and it's just it's constant. You know what I mean?
The Division's going to have the same thing.
Yeah,
but I feel like for Anthem, like our gripes for most games are like gameplay related or something like that, microtransactions, not base content. Anthem lacks base content for customization, and for me that's where it suffers. Loading screens are stupid. I get it, it's a big open world that you have to load into your Xbox, but just the fact that they don't have any customization in their game on launch day, which is 50% of what they want to see in the game. Yeah, the gameplay's great and there's no gripes there. And I mean, customization is this weird side thing, but that's what people look forward to doing in a game. When I was getting Anthem, I was like, I can't wait to see how badass I can make my javelin look. And you can't.
Everybody wants to make their own unique character.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't want to.
I agree on that.
They don't want to be the run of the mill. Same. Look exactly like the guy next to you.
Yeah, it's like playing Battlefront and everybody's a stormtrooper. You're like, so?
Yeah, but I'm a blue stormtrooper.
We don't want to be vanilla, so to speak.
Or I'm black, but I'm wearing stormtrooper armor.
Yeah. Ooh.
It doesn't matter. You're still a fucking stormtrooper.
Yeah. Overall, though, I think this game has potential. I think, when those patches come through and we're able to get the customization the way we want it, I think it's going to be a solid game. Not a perfect game, but a solid game. Because I know that there's server issues, because I've had a lot of issues. My complaints with it was I was lagging all over. Yes, my internet is shit. I get that. But I can run Blackout just fine, and it runs smooth on multiplayer, and I've never really had an issue in Blackout as bad as I had it with Anthem, where I couldn't even fucking move. I've got videos that our listeners can go back and watch where my character is fucking stuck and cannot go anywhere, and they just kept teleporting me because I couldn't catch up with my team. So I just get teleported to the next part and go to the next part, and they finished the mission for me, yes, and I was able to pick up some loot, but I was so laggy that I couldn't even fucking do this mission. It was so bad. So
that's another thing too.
Garbage.
If you're all in a team and the leader gets to the objective first, and you're right behind him, it still says you have to catch up with your team.
Yeah,
and then it counts down, and then it gets another loading screen.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
If you're too far away from your team, but you're like a meter from the checkpoint, which is the boundary.
Yeah,
but the time limit runs out. Loading screen.
I've had it happen where I was the first one there, and it said I was too far away, and it took me back to where everybody else was.
I've had that too, John. That had the same thing for me, man.
Like
what the fuck? Yeah, totally.
I've only had one laggy issue. That was today. And I have pretty good internet in my house, but today I had a lagging issue when I was doing the Stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you need context for how bad Chris's internet was, just watch this video about when he was talking about how bad his internet was. He kept freezing on my screen.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Luckily, though, I'm recording, so the audio will be fine. Joe's video might be a little fucked up, but it'll be all right.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah. But overall, it's a good game. I like it.
Yeah.
It'll get better over time. That's pretty much all I have to say about Anthem.
Yeah, the animations and the emotion and the characters is just spot on. It's amazing. They look great.
The beauty of the environment, it makes up for all the cons, all the loading screens and shit like that. It's a beautiful game. And it plays well. As far as like the battles, fighting, the mobs, it's fun.
Right.
Yeah, and I really like a lot of the weapons too.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
And normal is way too easy.
Yeah, I played
And hard is almost
Hard's-
way too hard.
Yeah, hard can be difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be. But I've played everything on hard so far.
As far as the gameplay, I would give Anthem like a 9. But as far as their launch, I'd give it like a 6.25.
With the average
Look
out
at
to.
you going decimals.
Well, that's what we used to do our old rating system.
Yeah, we did. We
What would that average out to, Math Whiz?
Oh, what I say a 9.65? That's 15.25. That's a 7. A 7.
7.62.
Yeah, 7 something.
Yeah.
So Miguel's giving it a
I was gonna
7.62. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say a solid 8 for me. Just the hype and the beauty of the game. I mean, the game is gorgeous. Characters, animations are gorgeous. If you like BioWare games, then yes, this is a great game. I wish I could have seen more morality, as in like your choices, like Dragon Age and Mass Effect, because they actually affect your character relationships with each character. So I wish, and there's no sex in this game. It's like it's a BioWare game and there's no sex. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I would give this game an 8.25. I think my internet kind of fucked this up a little bit with the lag. And then just overall, this game plays well. And I've never had a game where it made you feel as powerful as this game really does. You really feel like your javelin is a fucking badass. So 8.25.
Until you're an interceptor and you get one hit because you're trying to melee things.
I'm playing the Colossus, so maybe it's just because I'm a fucking brute.
I like the Storm.
I've been one hit
I have
too
not
many
unlocked
times.
the Storm yet. I have the Ranger and the Interceptor right now. I was going to get the Storm next. I had the Colossus on the beta. So I went with the other ones first. I'm not going to give it a rating yet. I have not played it enough. I was sick the last couple days, and every time I turned it on, it kind of made me a little nauseous. So I turned it off. I didn't play it very much. But as I get into it more and play more, I'll give it a rating later.
Yeah, so
Right
far
now, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I played today. It was fun. I got to play more.
with the average, we're sitting at right about an 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's good. That's a good score.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on down to rando shit before we close this out. So who's got rando shit?
Let's hear about Craft Joe.
let's hear. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, is it too soon? Would it be bad taste to go into a massage parlor and say, "Can I get the craft special?" The rub and tug, and suck.
Whoa.
You're a little too excited
You
there,
okay,
Joe.
man? You almost fell
sorry,
over.
hit the cord. But yeah, fuck them. I don't care. Prosecute them, burn them, lynch them, get a rope.
The NFL memes to it are great.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely. Thank you,
man.
NFL memes, for all the hilarity, all of it,
Absolutely.
good and bad. I do have other rando shit, but I want everybody else to talk first before I go.
Okay. Who's next? Who's got rando?
I don't have any rando.
No rando? John, nothing, huh? All right.
Not that I can think of.
All right.
John's beard looks fabulous today.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm just going to be the affiliate pusher on this podcast. So remember, listeners, if you want to buy anything on Amazon, just go to consoledrones.com. And this is just to support us. So just go on down to consoledrones.com. On the bottom right-hand corner of the page, you can click on Amazon, and then you sign in your credentials, and that will help our podcast out. This is how you support us. So you can order through Loot Crate as well. And then also, I have one more announcement. We got accepted as an affiliate for GameFly. So now we're part of GameFly as well. So, and that's pretty much my rando shit, Miguel.
And Blockbuster.
So, did Joe accept Joe's statement and go to Amazon through the website? No. Not accepted.
We can do it. Let's try it one more time, Joe. We'll do it this time again. Ready? You mouth it. I'll say it. Okay? Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Tom Brady is the GOAT. Sounded just like him, too. All right.
For those of you who aren't watching the video and are just listening to the audio, you really need to watch the video. It's
Absolutely.
pretty entertaining.
Absolutely.
Hey, so Chris, what is GameFly?
GameFly is a streaming service and a gaming rental service. So you can go onto GameFly and look at whatever games you want to rent, and you can get physical copies, or you can do their streaming service and just look at whatever premiums you want to go ahead and purchase for GameFly. It's pretty unique.
I knew what it was. I just wanted
Clarification. Gotcha.
Yep.
Understandable.
That clarification was truly for you, Joe, because of your reaction, I'm sure.
I know. It was like, what's GameFly? I'm like,
I mean, if you're gonna say what we're an affiliate of, you want to make sure that our listeners know what that is.
Well, if they're a gamer, I'm pretty sure GameFly has been around for a while. I mean,
even if you watch TV,
right,
they
John.
have GameFly commercials.
You're right,
Well,
John.
at least
We
they used
shouldn't
to.
assume. We shouldn't assume. You're right, John.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
I've never used GameFly.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of it. I've never used it.
I've used it for the physical version. I haven't used the streaming service, so.
I'm too impatient.
This is a stellar endorsement for GameFly, by the way. Use GameFly. We use it all the time.
We sure do.
Yeah, they better start doing something before this xCloud comes out, because Microsoft's going to put them out of business.
Yeah, we may not have him as an affiliate for long. He's over here.
I did not hear anything Chris is saying.
Sorry.
What were you saying, Chris?
No, I was saying Joe was saying about the xCloud, and I was like, yeah, we may not have him as an affiliate much longer if the xCloud takes over. So we'll see.
Yep.
So that's pretty much my rando shit. Joey, you had something to end the show, or Miguel, you got something?
Real quick, I got one thing for Joe.
Okay.
What is that from?
Cardi B. She doesn't say okay.
She says, "Oh."
Yeah.
And Joe hates it, so it's
stupid.
funny to me.
It
It is, but it's funny because you hate it.
Because you hate it.
Yeah.
If you didn't hate it, he wouldn't do it.
It makes my nipples hard.
It's
Prove it.
It's my new great white shark meme.
No, don't prove it.
Would you rather have me do that or send you great whites all over Facebook?
I don't know. I guess the great whites eventually would kind of ease my trepidation of sharks. So.
Oh, you're talking about sharks. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about people.
Sharks, not great white people.
Sorry, my bad.
Whoa.
So, if anyone would like to go to Console Drone's Facebook page and drop a great white shark for Joe,
and a spider, a big wolf spider with a big black eye and the fangs and shit for Miguel.
Fangs.
And the ring girl for Chris.
Hey, fuck you! Don't get me involved.
I don't know what John fears.
Clowns?
Everything.
Pringle cans.
Drop a dildo for John.
What is that? The typophobia? The one with the holes?
Oh God, yeah.
Like, I fucking hate that.
John's afraid of big black dildos. So.
Aren't we all?
You're
I
right.
mean, let's be
Joe Emil,
honest here.
Nick, it's your time to shine.
Speaking of sharks, I just remembered I did play the game that I bought on the computer, Far Cry. New Dawn. And I had to do a mission where I had to get on a ship
That one too.
and get a package off of the ship and I jumped in the water, and I got killed by the damn sharks.
Ouch. That sucks.
Yeah.
You should play Ark.
Yeah, shit. You get Megalodon. Fuck. Those things are scary as shit.
I immediately thought of Joe. Like, hey, sharks.
Do.
All right, Joe.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to try not to bore you, okay? Joe Emmel sent an email, and I'm not going to go into it like I did last time, okay? I'm not going to do Tom Brady's bitch life story. But he basically said that he took my silence as me like conceding that Tom Brady was a GOAT. Fuck no. It was more like if I don't talk to you, it's like I'm ignoring you. Because it's like when your kid sits there and asks why, and about the fifth time you want to pop them in the mouth and say, shut up, that's why. But no. So he sent me an email and he said, okay, who's your choice? If you had to choose, I personally don't like to choose between different eras, but for the sake of discussion, my answer is still Drew Brees. Statistically, numbers don't lie. Yes, Tom Brady has more Super Bowl wins. Yes, he has more MVPs, which are popularity contests. The Brady versus Brees is this era's Montana versus Marino. Statistically, Marino was a better quarterback, but Joe Montana won every Super Bowl that he was in. Okay? Statistics, I'm just real quick. ProFootballReference.com has all the stats that you guys can look up. I'm going to throw it on the video real quick. Pass completed, Drew Brees is number 1, followed by Brett Favre, and then Tom Brady's number 4. Pass attempts, Brett Favre is number 1, Brees is 2, Brady is 4. Passing yards, Brees is 1, Brady's 4. Passing touchdowns, Brees is 2, Brady's 3. Only a difference of, 3 touchdowns in their career. Completion percentage, Drew Brees is number 1. And Tom Brady's not even in the top 5. So, pass interception complete percentage, Tom Brady is tied with Colin Kaepernick for the second place. So, his second question is, if just anyone could win 6 Super Bowls, why Belichick paying, this is his email, why Belichick paying Brady 15 to 20 plus mil when he could just find someone and pay them the league minimum? And then he goes on to say, no reason to bring up the Jimmy G situation. Kraft didn't make Bill trade him. They offered him 18 mil, and he turned it down, and that's why he was traded, according to Emmel. And he says, I'm talking back in 2011-ish, after losing his second Super Bowl. Why didn't Bill get rid of him then?
Joe, do you think with that 18 mil they also offered Jimmy G a rub and tug?
Probably. Jimmy G probably didn't want to get kissed on the lips. It was like, okay, all you got to do, I'll give you 18 mil, but you got to kiss me on the lips. And he was like, fuck you, I'm going to the Niners. That says a lot. Okay, so as a Patriots fan, Emmel, why would you even ask that? Brady is stability. He was drafted into that system. That system is stability. I'm not taking anything away from the Patriots team and organization other than Kraft, the whole that whole situation. And why would you get rid of a quarterback that lowers his pay standard to help the team as a whole? You bring in any other quarterback and they're going to want and ask for way more money, and they probably wouldn't even sign them. And Cap said he would play for 20 mil. AAF said, play for us, and he says, well, pay me 20 mil. Why couldn't he go to the Patriots and say, pay me 20 mil, and I'll sit on the bench for another 5 years while Brady gets old on the field? So Belichick saying he doesn't have any say in the organization. Kraft is a puppet master, in my opinion, okay, which according to Joe is flawed. Jimmy wanted to start playing football. He didn't want to be paid $18 million just to sit on the bench for the next 5 years behind Brady. So why wouldn't he? Yeah, you could tell that's the type of quarterback that Jimmy G is. And Belichick didn't want Jimmy G coming up and facing the Patriots. He didn't want him in the AFC. So he said, send him to the NFC, where he could start the Browns were willing to give up the first round pick for Jimmy G. And the Patriots didn't take that because Belichick said not in the AFC. So touching on the 2011 scenario, even though you said not to talk about Jimmy G, I'm not. I'm talking about 2011 now. So Brady was signed because at the time, you know who the top quarterbacks were in 2011? They were free agents. Peyton Manning, Donovan McNabb, Matt Hasselbeck, Caleb Haney, Vince Young, Mark Bulger, Billy Volek, Alex Smith, Bruce Gradkowski, Luke McCown, just to mention a few. And yeah, so Peyton re-signed with the Colts. Now, if the Patriots had let go of Tom Brady and had signed Peyton Manning, we'd be talking about Peyton Manning as the GOAT of all foreheads. But, and of the chicken parm. Now, I know Joe may come back and say, well, what about the draft? Let's look at the 2011 draft class. First pick, Cam Newton, Jake Locker, Blaine Gabbert, Christian Ponder, Andy Dalton. New England had the 33rd pick in the second round. They picked a DB from Virginia, Ross I. Dowling. Who was the 36th pick in the second round? Colin Kaepernick. Imagine that. God, you guys could have drafted Colin Kaepernick and had him as a backup. No, they went and got a DB instead. So here's a little snip from CBS Sports has an article that Garoppolo liked Bill Belichick because there was no BS because of his personality. And they interviewed Kyle Shanahan. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Go, whatever. It says, I know New England wanted to keep him here and keep him on ice before Tom eventually retired. This is what Shanahan said. But what was exciting for me was that New England knew that he wasn't going to re-sign there and wanted to start. He wanted to play. He forced their hand. Okay. So, yeah, there's more on that article. I'm not going to get in depth with it, but fucking A. He asked, I answered. Tom Brady's not the GOAT, in my opinion.
But you just said it earlier, though. I remember? Just a little bit ago. You said Tom Brady's the GOAT.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I have it on audio.
I didn't say it.
I'm just messing with you, Joe.
You're not going to get me to repeat it because I'm not going to say
we
it.
only
He's
said it
not
one time.
The GOAT. It's a fucking popularity contest, just like our everybody's pissed off that Spider-Man fucking beat Silver Surfer.
Oh my God.
Mike Dick is going to be real pissed off about that.
Oh my God.
You know that, right? Mike Dick is going to haunt you in your dreams.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so is that your rando, Joe?
I'm done. Joe, if you want to respond, whatever, man. We can keep this going. I don't want to bore the listeners with it. We'll just agree to disagree. Brady is not the GOAT, in my opinion, and I will never agree to that. Never.
Okay. Well, we're ending the podcast on that. Remember, if you guys want to support the podcast, just make sure you click over on the Amazon, sign in your credentials, buy some shit, take care of us that way, get some Loot Crate, maybe some Gamefly, who knows. But this is going to end episode 118. This is Chris. I'm going to go play some video games, probably Anthem or Tetris 99. I am out. Peace.
This is John. I'm going to go eat some Filipino food. I'm out.
This is Miguel. I'm going to go maybe play Overwatch with Justin.
This is Joe. I got to finish my taxes.
Oh, crap. I need to do that.
Yeah, I got to finish my taxes.
Dunzo. Game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Yay, Tom Brady's a GOAT.
He's GOAT shit. I'll say that. Tom Brady is GOAT shit.
Gamer Talk Podcast, Season fucking 2.